Cost to open a restaurant video presentation by Restaurant Funds. One of the most frequent questions I get as a restaurant consultant is, how much does it cost to start a restaurant? Well, I'm going to give you two answers. The first answer, and the one you were probably expecting, is, it depends. The second answer that you probably weren't expecting is, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's talk about the first answer first. It depends because every single restaurant is different, and the range of costs is huge. The least amount I personally know of somebody spending to open a restaurant is $3,000. That's less than a used car, and not even a very good used car. He turned that restaurant around into a six-figure-a-year restaurant. Now, it was a small space, and it was a unique situation, but if you're in the market and you know what you're doing and you know what you're looking for, you could buy a restaurant or get one started for very little money. On the other hand, the most I personally know someone who spent on a restaurant is $1.4 million. And I know, not personally, but I know there are lots of people who spent well over several $1,000,000 in getting a restaurant open. So when you say, how much does it cost to open a restaurant? With a range of a few $1,000s to a few $1,000,000, it's almost impossible for me to say what the answer for your situation is without a lot more information. So, how much will it cost you? I can't tell you, but I can tell you how to get the exact number, which is going to be much more useful. I can show you how to get the exact number it's going to cost to start and run the restaurant that you want for your specific situation. But here's the second part. Here's why it doesn't matter. Because you don't have to use your own money anyway. When most people ask the question, how much does it cost to start a restaurant? What they're really thinking about is, do I have enough money to start a restaurant? Chances are you don't. But even if you did, it doesn't matter. Because either way, you don't have to use your own money to start a restaurant. Very few restaurant owners use 100% of their own money to start. They can't. Most people just don't have what it takes. And you aren't going to save it up. If it costs, say, $200,000, and even if you make $100,000 a year, which is more than most people, and you're able to save $10,000 a year, it's going to take you 20 years to save up enough. And by then it won't cost $200,000 anymore. It'll cost $500,000. So saving is not the way to get to opening your own restaurant. So what you need to do is work on a plan that's going to get you to where you want to be. Then you'll know how much you need and you can go out and get it. So rather than worrying about how much you have versus how much it costs, work out exactly what it's going to cost to open what you want and then go out and get the money. If you can show there's money to be made and you've done your homework and you've built a credible restaurant business plan, you're going to be able to find the funding, period. There are always investors for a good plan, no matter how much money it takes. You just have to learn how to make a plan and present it. People have literally raised hundreds of millions of dollars to invest in businesses, but only because they thought there was more money to be made than what they put in. If you can't show that, you're not going to be able to raise $10. You have to have a plan that's credible. To learn more about how to start your own restaurant, including writing a business plan, getting the money to open, and running it profitably and successfully, visit our site, restaurantfunds.com. Using our software, you can find out exactly what it will cost to open and start the restaurant that you want. And you'll also learn how to find the money to do it and how to make sure that once you've gotten it open, it's running right.